And now, the starters for our LA Clippers. Starts at shooting guard. At 6'3". Number 8. Chris Dunn. At small forward, 6 feet 4 inches. Number 24, Norman Powell. At center, 7 foot, number 40, NBA2K25. Starting at the other guard, standing 6'5", number 1, James Harden. At forward, 6'7", number 2, Kwai.
It's time for the NBA. Live on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see the Los Angeles Clippers against the Indiana Pacers. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony as well as Brent Barry. And we'll be catching up a bit from the sideline with David Aldridge. Short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
And with that rotation not at full strength, someone else is going to have to step up and fill that role.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. The forward spots with Nesmith and Siakam. Halliburton in the backcourt. Nembhard to his side. And it's Turner in at the center position. And for the Clippers, we'll see Powell and Leonard playing the forward spots. Harden out there with Chris Dunn. And it's Zubac in at the center, locking down the middle. We've got some great guards going head-to-head in this one. Brent, what will you keep your eye on in that matchup?
Well, Kevin, you're pointing out the guard play, so this is when they have a chance to go one-on-one. Which of these tandems can stand out against the other? Tons of pick and roll, tons of creativity, and we'll see which of these guys can pair off tonight to win this contest.
And here are the Clippers now. And here is Dunn. Wants to get it to Zubac. And does.
That's a nice opportunity for Zubac, and he cashes in.
They can trade 2 for 1 here.
Would be the right move, I believe, right now.
Leonard against Siakam. Turner with a screen for Siakam. Just 5 on the clock. Rebound by the Clippers.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
Leonard finds Harden. With the teardrop. It's rebounded by Tyrese Halliburton. Siakam for 3. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Los Angeles on top. They're up by 2. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
And so Siakam will bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. We'll see Powell and Leonard play in the forward spots. Dunn is out there with Harden, and it's Zubac in at the 5 spot. They're the group out there for the Clippers starting the second quarter. This is his first free throw of the game.
First team foul. At the line for the Pacers, Aaron Nesmith, 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Brent, when you talk about the Clippers franchise, and you appreciate this so much, their first superstar was really Bob McAdoo.
And what a tremendous talent. You know, most people remember Bob McAdoo with his years with the Lakers. But, man, when he was with the Buffalo Braves, 3 straight scoring titles, was the league MVP in 1975. Sorry, Dad. Some people still consider him the club's best player ever.
Now, here's Dunn. Back to Harden. Clippers moving the ball around. Not going to go that time. Good D by Siakam. Over to the left wing. Halliburton outside. We've got 22 seconds left in the first half of the game.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pacers will take it. "12 seconds left in the first half. Can't hit that one. So the clock runs out with the score tied going into halftime. We've got more in store for you right after this.
The Pacers, 2.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. And here's Indiana. Here's who Rick Carlisle starting the second half with. Halliburton in the backcourt. Nembhard to his side. Siakam is the 4, and he'll be next to Turner at the 5. And it's Nesmith in at the 3. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Up top, Leonard. Harden against Halliburton. A 3 ball. And James Harden hits from deep. Harden's got the lead up to 3 now for the Clippers.
A smart play with the ball there. Harden just making the right decision.
And here's Halliburton. He'll bring it up for the Indiana Pacers. 17 seconds left in the third quarter. Shot clock at 5. Lets it go from deep. He can't get it to go. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Clippers lead by 3. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
Even though the position is called shooting guard, passing part of your responsibilities in today's game.
Come on, everyone. It's the fourth quarter.
3 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. We'll see Powell and Leonard playing the forward spots. Harden out there with Dunn, and it's Zubac in at the 5. Roaming the paint. That's who's out there for the Clippers.
Yeah, you could be as physical as you want with Kawhi Leonard, who just stays with it and is unshaken.
And Rick Carlisle decides to call timeout. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time.
On the court is your fight star. Your Wild make some noise. Time to get a free t-shirt.
Sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, I heard Rick Carlisle during that last break talking with the team. He challenged his team. He said they're not going to give us this one. We have to take it from them, starting now. We'll see if that message resonated. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Halliburton with it. Turner with a screen on Harden. Halliburton for 3. It's hauled in by Zubac, and now they decide to foul intentionally.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And they are in the driver's seat.
Yes, they are. If they come away with points on this trip, Katie bar the door.
Leonard draws the double. Zubac gets to Leonard. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Andrew Nembhard. Second personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for 2, Chris Dunn.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. He's able to hit the second one, and that increases their lead to 6. Timeout called the Pacers. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And what's their best move at this point?
There's still a sliver of hope.
Yeah, act fast, but without mistakes.
Let's give a big hand to your Clippers.
Nembhard finds Siakam. Back to Nemhard. Beyond the arc. Rebound by the Clippers. And that's an intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
At the line for LA, James Harden. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. And he commits the intentional foul.
And you can see where they're coming from by fouling to stop the clock, but really they're just kidding themselves.
At the line for your Clippers, James Harden, taking 2 shots.
Gets the first, and that stretches their lead to 8. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 9-point ball game here.
Breathe easy now. The biggest free throws in the game is coming through.
And so Los Angeles takes the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. And once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
And now let's go over to David Aldridge from the sideline for an interview with our player of the game. Hey, David.
Thanks very much, James. You have seen every type of defense from opponents over the years. What do you enjoy about that back-and-forth challenge?
Just every single game, I'm trying to figure out what they're doing and how can I be aggressive and attacking. I love playing the game of basketball. I love being crafty and just trying to compete at a high level every single night. It takes a lot, but I'm built for it, and I'm going to just continue to keep going.
Well, you won the chess match tonight, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying...
And the Wizards looking eager to get on the court and get to work on their home floor. This was earlier today as they came through the tunnel. Welcome all. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action coming up for you. Brian Anderson here, joined by the Hall of Famer Grant Hill and Coach Stan Van Gundy. We'll hear from Allie LaForce as well. The starters for Utah: Sexton and Markkanen out on the wing. Collins and Kessler there in the middle. And it's Collier in at the point guard position. And for Washington, Chris Middleton is out there with George. Then there's Sarr, then there's Bilal Coulibaly, and it's Poole in at the point guard position. And both backcourts in this one stand cream of the crop.
Well, a lot of people would say that this is a guard-oriented league. I think it's a league of all the positions, but tonight, certainly, whoever can win that guard battle will probably go home with the W.
Certainly the headliner tonight. Now here's Poole. Middleton outside. George, a screen on Markkanen. Just 5 on the clock. And it's good. 2 points.
Middleton.
If they play this right, they can go 2 for 1.
Yeah, they really have to work the clock right now.
Pass to Collins. Now Markkanen from outside the arc. Kept alive. Back to Collins. Now Markkanen. Middleton covering. Here's Markkanen. Outside Sexton. The 3 is up. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
I mean, Sexton can shoot from anywhere. Strong from beyond the arc.
The drive by Poole. Kessler with a rebound. Sexton looking around. He gets it up. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
Well, it's good to have a player on the floor with that kind of awareness. He recognized the situation.
And at the end of 1, a closely contested game so far. Utah ahead, up by 3. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in a moment. And getting it going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And taking a look at the Jazz performance here, guys. What do you think?
Well, so far, they've got things rolling along nicely at the offensive end.
Yeah, they've looked sharp early on with their offense, getting good chances and converting what they've taken.
We've got Jordan Poole, George out there with Chris Middleton. Then there's Sarr, and it's Koulibaly in at the 2. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Wizards.
Tremendous effort. Defends the shot and gets in perfect position for the rebound.
Pass to George. Middleton against Markkanen. 6 on the shot clock. And that one's good. Middleton.
Yeah, whether it's his passing or scoring, Middleton will pick you apart in the two-man game.
Kicks it out to Collins. Sinks it from distance.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Poole outside. Three-pointer. That one no good. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. It's the Jazz. They're up by 4. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Wow, Colin Sexton displaying all his skills today.
There's virtually nothing you can do to stop him. I mean, you can't even contain him. He's been that great.
Yeah, he makes defenses look utterly helpless. It's like pick your poison trying to contain him.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. Kicking off the second half, here's Will Hardy's 5. Collins and Kessler there in the middle. Sexton and Markkanen out on the wing. And it's Collier in at the point.
Shots like this help Markkanen get in rhythm. The D must be aware of his ability to catch and fire.
Markkanen's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc. And he dumps it down.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
Collins with a screen on Poole. And he lobs it up to the rim. And Collins with the slam.
Throw it anywhere near Collins, he'll take care of the rest, putting his athleticism and length to perfect use.
Now here's Middleton. Now here's Poole. to the middle. Stolen by Kessler. And here they come. There's Markkanen. Deflects the pass. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Markkanen. Now Poole. With 4 on the clock. Poole floating in for the slam. He's electric.
A monster finish with authority.
And he hangs on the rim for a little extra spice. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Jazz out in front, up 5. And don't go away. We'll be back in a few moments. It'll be the 4th quarter of basketball coming up next. And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. We've got Sarr, Bilal Coulibaly out there with Jordan Poole. Then there's George, and it's Middleton in at the small forward position. That's the 5 on the floor for the Wizards. And now we've got an intentional foul.
Chris Middleton. First personal foul. First team foul.
On defense, the Wizards.
Wizards foul.
It's a 5-point game, and so they choose to intentionally foul.
Personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the Jazz. Collier. Taking 2 shots.
And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to go. And he misses the second one as well, so 0 for 2 that time. Cash! What a beautiful shot! Brings him within 3!
And if you're wondering why the score is so high, look to the defense being played. Not good.
Not a lot of resistance, and trying to just outscore other teams, generally not the best recipe for long-term success.
Middleton against Markkanen. Pass to Kessler. 5 on the clock. Here's Collier. Outside Sexton. From about 19. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Yeah, and that was a smart move. I mean, you have to foul right there. You just don't want them to run out the clock.
At the line for the Jazz. That's 2 shots.
As he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now for the second. And he's able to hit the second one, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. Now a timeout called by Washington. They're down by 4. What do you think is going to be their best move at this point?
Searching for a fast bucket, then a way to stretch things out.
Yeah, and then they have to foul quickly and hope for some misses at the line.
Your Wizards youth dance to the floor.
We need you to get loud and welcome your Wizards
Here's Middleton off the inbound pass. Yes! And that one brings them within one.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. And coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO.
It's time for the dance dance. Let's get ready. If you see yourself on the screen, show us your best dance move. Let's go. We have a dancer. Let's see what you got. All right, next dancer. Let's hear it for all the dancers.
Five ticks left in the game. And they're going to prolong the game with an intentional foul.
Personal foul. Fourth team foul. Shooting for Utah. Oh, yeah. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that'll put him up 2. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 3-point game.
Yeah, at this point, they're going to have to go for the 3 and try to force OT.
And timeout is called by Brian Keefe. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. Any speculation on what we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
They should have a play prepared for this scenario. Little time, need a 3. Of course, the D will be guarding the line, but no one said it was going to be easy.
Middleton from the outside. Can't get the 3 to fall. And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Second personal foul. 15 foul. Shooting for Utah. Kessler. At the line for 2.
The first one drops, and that gives him a 4-point cushion. Second one is good, getting both at the line, and it's a 5-point game.
Great composure there. Calmly knocks them down to put this game out of reach.
And so it's Utah with the W. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for them. They had to dig deep to come out on top.
Yeah, you know, some teams might buckle under the pressure towards the end. The crowd was so amped up, such a hostile environment, but they stood tall and got the win.
Well, now a minute to check in with Allie LaForce. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Well, tonight, Colin, what a game for you. When you think about your development as a player, what are you most proud of?
I feel like I've accomplished a lot, gotten better. That's the biggest thing. Just continue to grow each and every day when I'm in practice. And my teammates, they've been helping out tremendously, and I appreciate them for that.
The sky's high for Colin Sexton.
Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. With Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparations for the challenge ahead. Hoping to come out of the gates strong. Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball here on 2K Sports. Tonight, it's Noche NBA, a celebration of the amazing Latin culture in this league and its fans all around the globe. A great tradition we get to enjoy. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. Kyrie Irving is out there with Klay Thompson. Then there's Daniel Gafford. Then there's Davis, and it's Washington in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Magic, sliding in at the wing, we'll see Caldwell Pope and Wagner. Underneath, in the post, it's Banchero and Carter Jr. And it's Suggs in at the point guard. Here we go. And it's the Mavericks to start out. Here's Irving. Pass to Washington. Here is Davis. For the screen on Banchero. And Gafford throws it down.
How about this? AD making the pass out of the pick and roll. That's a rare occasion because usually he's finishing.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. Banchero with the ball. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
And you do not want to let him get going early because that can get you cooked.
Thompson against Caldwell Pope. Back to Irving. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Love watching Irving do his work in there. Kyrie's so good and crafty in tight.
Pass to Banchero. With 2 seconds left. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Mavericks ahead. They're up by 2. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Vámonos. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. Wagner and Banchero are the forwards, and it's Carter in at the 5. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic.
And the future Suggs has is certainly promising, an effective combo guard who can really get it going at times.
First free throw is good. And Greg, the way Orlando ended last season, that's really fueled their fire for this year.
Yeah, I mean, a tough loss to Cleveland in Game 7 of the opening round. But it's hard to win in this league without first incurring some battle scars.
Both free throws good from Suggs.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
Pass to Davis. Now, here's Washington. Carter pulls it in.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Wagner with it. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet.
Just punishing the defense from the interior. Wagner doesn't mind scoring against physical defense.
Gafford against Carter. Gafford passes to Irving. There's the triple. The shot will not fall. Irving against Caldwell Pope. Pass to Wagner. Here's Banchero. Beat is good.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
Nothing like knocking down that last possession of a quarter to give you a little feel-good momentum.
And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Magic lead by 4. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Jason, a hard-fought first half. How do you assess the game so far?
We're going to need everybody. And the one thing we got to do is we can't settle. We got to keep attacking and get the ball in the paint.
Use that length to your advantage. Thanks, Jason. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Here's Suggs. Getting underway in the second half. Here's the 5 for Jason Kidd. They've got Kyrie Irving. Daniel Gafford is out there with Anthony Davis. Then there's Washington. And it's Thompson in at the 2 spot.
This is where Carter Jr. is most comfortable, in my opinion. Feels like he can score at will from there.
Outside, Davis. For the screen on Banchero. Here's Davis. Yes! And the foul. It's on Paolo Banchero.
What a great great effort that time by Davis. Just never gave up on it. Worked through tough defense and still found a way to get it up and down.
The Mavericks shooting their first foul shot of the game.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
And, you know, there was plenty of blame to go around for that. I mean, it wasn't just one or two guys. I mean, for the most part, the entire team struggled.
And that one falls for Anthony Davis.
And you really can't say enough about his composure in the big moments, as cool as they come.
Suggs passes to Banchero. Inside, here's Carter, and then Carter with the dunk.
With the 9-foot standing reach, Carter has no trouble putting that away.
Irving surveying the floor. Lays it up off the glass.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Orlando out in front, up 3. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And it's Irving with the ball for Dallas. They trail by 3. Wagner and Banchero are the forwards. In the backcourt form, it'll be Suggs and Caldwell Pope. And it's Carter in at the 5 spot. That's who's out there for Orlando. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Davis missing.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Pass to Banchero. Over Davis. Great D that time from Davis.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And Jason Kidd is called timeout. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. What do you think we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Either way, they got to score the ball.
Short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hi, Kevin. Well, Jason Kidd going over the plan with his team for the last few minutes. He told them this is what it's all about, proving we're the better team in the tough situation. But you got to want it. Coach told his guys they have what it takes to win here. Guys, back to you.
Thank you, David.
And it's all about the 3 right here.
No doubt. I mean, the next shot has to be a 3.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
You know, for Irvin, he's made an effort, a conscious effort to get to the line more, and for good reason. I mean, he's a really good foul shooter.
Drops the first one, and that brings them within 2 here. Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
And so they foul intentionally.
Second team foul. At the line for the Magic, Jalen Suggs. 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. Second one is good. Getting both at the line. It's a 3-point game.
Big time free throws there. That could be the difference. It forces them now into a 3-point attempt.
And we've got a timeout called by Jason Kidd. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. Any ideas on strategy being discussed right now in that huddle?
And if you can get a 3, shoot it. Otherwise, get the quick 2 and a foul.
Either way, they got to score the ball.
Irving against Suggs. Lets it go from the wing. Good! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
Kyrie Irving is simply caught by.
And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
They didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that will put them up by 2. Now, here is Irving. Over Suggs. Oh, he had a chance there to send it to overtime, but they come up empty-handed. And so the big win by Orlando in a tight game. That was a fun night of basketball. Fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
And we've got David Aldridge standing by on our sideline with the player of the game. David, it's all yours.
Thanks very much, Wendell. A big performance on the boards tonight. Did you expect to dominate like that coming into the game?
No, I didn't. I just wanted to come out, help my team any way I could. So, rebounds or not, I did what I had to do to help the team win.
You were a big part of it tonight, man. Thanks very much. Back to you.
All right, David, thanks so much.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Special thanks to Skylar Cole for that lovely performance of the national anthem. We'll be right back, folks. Tonight, the league and all of us here at 2K Sports celebrate Noche Latina, an opportunity to spotlight the amazing Latin culture in the NBA and its global fan base. Brian Anderson here, alongside Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, with Ali LaForce joining us from the floor. And checking out Brooklyn's opening lineup, Johnson and Claxton patrol the middle. D'Angelo Russell is out there with Cameron Thomas. And it's Williams in at the 3 slot. And for Miami, they've got Andrew Wiggins. Alec Burks is out there with Tyler Hero. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Ware in at the 5, roaming the paint. And Grant, this is not your average regular season game. These teams are fierce rivals.
Oh, yes, they are, B.A. I love playing in these type of games. I mean, the fans are extra loud. The players are fired up. This will be fun.
Now here's Hero. Pass to Adebayo. Claxton with a rebound.
Just enough resistance to force the miss, barely. That's one he'll generally make.
Hero against Russell. Claxton with it. 4 on the clock. In close. It's hauled in by the Heat.
Well, some trips you get the shot you want, it just doesn't fall. I'd go back to him in that area on the floor.
Hero against Russell. Now here's Hero. There's the triple. That shot is off. And there's the horn, the end of the first. Not much offense so far. And we'll bring you the start of quarter number 2 when we return. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And guys, what's your take on Miami so far?
Well, you have to imagine they're feeling pretty confident the way things have gone.
But they can't afford to get complacent because of the early success. There is still a lot of basketball to be played.
And so it's Russell who brings up the ball for Brooklyn. On the floor for Brooklyn. Johnson and Claxton patrol the middle. D'Angelo Russell is out there with Cameron Thomas. And it's Williams in at the 3, the small forward. Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one.
This is where Wiggins can be really effective. His mid-range game can really do some damage.
Hero against Russell. Pass to Thomas. 3-pointer. That shot's good. Russell making the play. Thomas has gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Hero outside. We've got 22 seconds left in the second period. Adebayo sets a screen. Burks for 3. Williams grabs the board. Pass to Johnson. Thomas with the ball. He's guarded by Hero. With some arc. And no good. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. It's the Nets up by 1. Stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Here's Russell. They've got Bam Adebayo. Alec Burks is out there with Tyler Hero. Then it's Andrew Wiggins, and it's Ware in at the 5 spot. That's the group for Eric Spoelstra starting the second half. And Claxton throws it down.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. Has to Ware. Burks against Thomas. Now Wiggins. Now here's Adebayo from outside the arc. Sinks the tray.
Just another thing that Bam brings to your team, the ability to knock down jumpers.
29 seconds left in the third. Russell against Hero. Fires the 3. The rebound by Ware. And Wiggins has got the ball here for the Heat. Throws it up high.
The great read between those two guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These two teammates right here, Grant, they are connected. And here's Thomas. Launches it. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. 3 quarters of play and a close one here. It's the Heat leading by just 2. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling here on 2K Sports. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Serving it up on a platter, that is a beautiful dish. And 2 teammates on the same page. Woo.
Here we go, fans.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. On the floor for the Nets, Johnson and Claxton patrol the middle. D'Angelo Russell is out there with Cameron Thomas. And it's Williams in at the 3.
He saw the lane and he drew the whistle. Hero banging through.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Gets them to fall, and those are huge free throws. It's now a 2-possession game.
And the timeout called here by Jordi Fernandez. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys.
Is your high squad. Get loud and let them hear it. All right, crowd, it's time to get out of your seats. That's right, it's T-shirt time.
get a report from Allie.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Jordy Fernandez's huddle. Coach delivered some inspiration for his team. He said, quote, "We're close. We are inches away from it. Do you feel it? I feel it. This is ours if we want it." Back to you, Ryan.
Thanks for that, Allie. Here's Russell. And it's in. And he's brought them within 2 points now.
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
What a huge play, coming through when it matters most.
Here's Hero. And it's good.
You're busting his way inside. Hero making sure he kept moving toward the hoop.
Here's Thomas. Yeah!
And I understand we're seeing some potent offense, but you have to put up more of a fight defensively.
Shoot, this defense is giving me hope. The way I look, I could sign a 10-day and put up a few buckets on this squad.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. And I think we'll see him milk the clock a bit.
Yeah, seems like the heady move right now.
Russell against Hero. Shot clock at 6. Fires from deep. It's good from beyond the arc.
They have a relentless mentality, even with the game in total control.
No let up with these guys. They're going for the throat now.
Timeout called. Brooklyn. 7 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Let's hear from our analyst. Give us your take on the strategy being discussed right now.
No doubt. They've got to get a quick bucket here.
Yeah, it has to be fast. They got to take the first good look they get.
Who wants a t-shirt?
Seven seconds left in the fourth. Johnson on the wing. And so Miami takes the win. Boy, a hard-fought game. They did a great job of holding on to the lead at the end.
Yeah, get the coffee, because that's the way to close. You're going to face some obstacles in the game. They overcame every one.
All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Bam, of all the aspects that went into this win, which do you think was most important?
Our defense, man. You know, when it got down to crunch time, we really locked in, and we pride ourselves on that, like I always say. And, you know, we take those matchups, those one-on-one matchups first, and we got the stops, and we got a W. We got to tough this one out.
It's always better when you can make it personal. Thanks so much, Bam.
All right, Allie, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Richard Jefferson, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time.
Now the starters for the visiting Golden State Warriors. At small forward, Moses Moody. At shooting guard, Brandon Baczynski. At center, Draymond Green. At the other forward position, Jimmy Butler. At the other guard position, Stephen Curry. The head coach of the visiting team is Steve Kerr. Number 5, Kwai. At small forward, at 6'6" Number 9, Dylan Brooks. At the other guard, at 6'4", Number 4. Forward position, 6 feet 7 inches. Number 1,
Hello and thanks for joining us on Noche La NBA, the NBA celebration of Latin heritage, both among its players and fans. This is Kevin Harlan along courtside with Brent Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David Aldridge on our sideline. And now the Golden State Warriors starters. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Butler out there with Draymond Green. And it's Moody in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Rockets, at the guard positions, Van Fleet and Green. Dylan Brooks out there with Amen Thompson. And it's Şengün in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And it's going to be Houston off the tip. Van Vliet with the bounce pass. Brooks kicks to Thompson. Offensive rebound. And Şengün is right there.
Oh, what terrific hustle. He's got a nose for the rebound.
Craig, he's ferocious when the ball goes up. Green finds Moody. Here's Curry, covered by Van Vliet. Goes up at the stripe. Gets some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good.
Curry's jumper just so pure, he can go up from just about anywhere on the floor and knock him down.
Van Vliet deciding where to go with it. Six to shoot, and the wide open shot from Green. Good, and Van Vliet gets the assist.
Such a critical part of how their offense is going to flow. Things are only working when he seems to be on the floor.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Houston on top, up 3. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
Yeah, couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
So for the Golden State Warriors right now, in the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Butler out there with Moody. And it's Green in at the center. Here's Curry. Curry through traffic. Count it! Oh!
That's tremendous balance. Steph's ability to keep his composure in that tough situation, work in a tight space, that's impressive.
Thompson, high post. Solid play on the low block, and that one's good. Here's Pajemski. 27 seconds left in the second quarter. No one near Curry as he lets it go. A three-pointer is right on target. Curry's got 7.
It just doesn't matter. Once Steph crosses half court, he's in range.
Curry against Van Vliet. Şengün with a screen on Curry. It's a tie game here in Houston. A chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Alongside Steve Kerr and Coach, what is the offensive approach going to be in the second half?
Well, we just have to do what we do, move the ball and wear them down with our ball movement, our cutting, and our spacing, and set better screens, all the usual stuff.
Yeah, it always seems to work out for you in the long run. Thanks, Steve. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. One guy who's been getting it done so far, Stephen Curry.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half, just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half. I'm wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
And it's the Warriors with the ball. Running the wings, they'll go with Green and Brooks. Alperen Şengün out there with Thompson. And it's Van Vliet in at the point guard position. So that's who's on the floor for the Rockets. Thompson finds Şengün. Warriors with the rebound.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Pass to Green. Some nice passing by Golden State. For the lead, the tray. The offensive rebound. Butler with the bucket down low.
Yeah, Butler does the things on offense, but it's the dirty work, the loose balls, the extra possessions that he gives you on D. That's special.
Curry against Van Vliet. Makes a fantastic move and nails the shot.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
It's a tie game here in Houston. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. On the court for Golden State here in the fourth. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Moses Moody is out there, Jimmy Butler. And it's Green in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Remember that one. Guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here.
Get on your feet, Dan. Get wild.
With an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I was able to catch the message Steve Kerr gave to his team. Now it's a close one, so coach asked his team to keep their focus. He said this game's going to come down to mistakes. If we play clean, we'll win. Great game tonight. Let's see how it winds up. Guys?
Thanks so much, David. And here is Curry. Green with a screen on Van Vliet. Curry with it. Picked up by Thompson.
Clever move by Curry, taking the foul, but still getting the shot.
First team foul. Shooting for Golden State. Stephen Curry. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that narrows the gap to 1. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
I want to think twice before sending him to the line again. He gets locked in when the game gets close.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. Finds Brooks, and Vliet on the wing. Into the lane. It's good!
And just wanting it more. Van Vliet taking those 2 points. Love how he competes.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. What do you think we're going to see here?
Big chance here to tie it with a bucket.
Well, they just need a solid play right now, and coach going through his index cards to find one to get something going.
You see yourself on the screen as you show us your best moves. Let's go. Let's hear it for all the dancers.
Here's Curry. We got 22 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now, here's Moody. Not a lot of room, just 5 to shoot. That's a 2 from Butler. No good. And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Stephen Curry. First personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for 2. Fred VanVleet.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. He's off on the free throw and able to get that second one to drop in.
3 and nothing.
Oh, and he beat it.
They just do that, Kevin. They just did it.
Guys, that's one for the highlight reel. They needed a 3 to extend the game, and the young fella delivers.
And that's going to do it for regulation. So we are headed to overtime. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Toyota Center. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this one. Tip-off goes to Houston, and no shortage of excitement here, and we're officially underway in overtime in this game. At the guard positions, VanVleet and Green. Thompson is out there with Alperen Şengün, and it's Brooks in at the small forward position. Now here's Green. Following the miss by Fred VanVleet. Outside Curry. It's in!
And Curry's found his groove out there, and that's a scary thought.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. And talking about the approach now, what are they looking at?
And look at how much time they have. I think it's likely we'll see them try to get a good look and score quickly.
VanVleet against Curry. Here's Golden State now. The lead is 2. Curry in the lane. Pass to Moody. Curry looking it over. Podziemski with it. Headed by Green. Shot clock at 6. Green with a screen on Green. Here's Podziemski. They grab their own miss, and they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Yeah, no way that should have taken so long. They don't have that much time to waste. They need to foul immediately.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game, and he wants to be prepared. Here's Curry. And they go to the intentional foul.
Fred Van Fleet. First personal foul. Second team foul. Shooting for Golden State. Stephen Curry. Taking 2 shots.
The first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Ooh, I think that's a wrap, and I can tell you, you can't have more pressure-packed free throws than the ones that are going to seal the game.
Now a timeout called by Houston. 5 seconds left to play in OT, and this battle continuing. And let's get your take, guys. What's the strategy?
And you know what? They're not ready to give up yet. They'll try to intentionally foul if they can get a quick hoop.
Hey fans, make some noise if you want a free t-shirt. We're giving t-shirts to the Morales section, so make some noise. It's time for t-shirts.
Thompson for the triple. Another miss by Houston. So it's a narrow victory for the Warriors, pulling out the W. And they had some nervous moments down the stretch, but things finally came together for them in overtime.
They probably didn't anticipate that this one would be that close down the wire, but give them credit. They were able to regroup in that overtime, and this win has to feel satisfying.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Draymond, one of the cliches of basketball is that the ball finds energy. When teammates are making shots, does that give you more energy?
Yeah, it does. You know, when we're in the flow, the ball's just moving around. It allows me to play make, and then I just try to find an open gap and take the shots where they are.
Man, it was really flowing tonight, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Stephen Curry.
Welcome to 2K Sports Annual Noche NBA presentation. We're excited to bring you this celebratory fusion of basketball and Latin culture. This is Brian Anderson, Stan Van Gundy, and Grant Hill here with me. And in a few moments, we'll hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce. A look at the Pistons starting group. Thompson and Harris are the 3 and the 4. Cunningham is out there with Tim Hardaway. And it's Duran in at the 5. And for the Spurs, at forward, we'll see Vassell slot in next to Barnes. Castle is out there with De'Aaron Fox, and it's Wembanyama in at center, filling out the middle. And when people talk about the future of this league, Stan, both of these teams are often mentioned.
Yeah, Brian, we're getting a glimpse of what the NBA will soon look like. There are some great young players up and down these rosters. These front offices have done great jobs.
Now here's Barnes. Here's Castle. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It goes on Tim Hardaway.
You know, guys, this is an exciting young player. Stephon Castle does a little bit of everything. He hustles, plays defense, got a national championship in college, so he is a winner, too.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. All right, Stan, what's your take on this very youthful San Antonio Spurs roster?
Well, Brian, they've got the guy to build around. They're very exciting to watch. They've been gaining momentum. They're coming together as a unit, as a roster. And look, this team's got a chance to be very good together.
Both shots good from the stripe. You know, Grant, you talk to scouts about Stephon Castle. They just feel like this guy's a winner.
Well, certainly we saw that at Connecticut. Now, as a freshman, he was a key piece in their title run. He actually turned up his game in the tournament, and that's rare for any freshman.
On offense, here is San Antonio. Vassell outside. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the first. Just 5 to shoot. The rebound by Detroit.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Hey, if you can't block it, sending him to the line can be the next best thing.
It's his first trip to the line.
Cade Cunningham, 2 shots.
First one falls. Both free throws good from Cunningham.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
Tie game in San Antonio. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. What do you guys think about San Antonio here in this one?
But things have gone the way they wanted here in the first period.
Yeah, that was a sharp start, but we've got a long way to go. They're going to have to sustain that intensity.
Setting the floor for the Pistons. Down low, it's going to be Harris and Duran. Tim Hardaway is out there with Cunningham. And it's Thompson in at the small forward position. Here's Castle, defended by Hardaway. Ooh, nice work inside by Fox.
A 6'3" point guard, Fox has solid size at the 1, and it really helps him out inside.
Pass to Hardaway. Thompson against Vassell. Back to Hardaway. Takes the 3. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
Fox against Cunningham. Now here's Fox. He's covered closely. Wembanyama, screen on Cunningham. Down low with one on the clock. Oh, who else? Wembanyama.
Great job setting him up. The timing of the pass was key.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Spurs out in front, up one. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. At forward, we'll see Vassell slot in next to Barnes. De'Aaron Fox is out there with Castle, and it's Wembanyama in at the center position. That's who's in the game for the Spurs. Hardaway finds Harris. Just 4 to shoot. Shoots over Barnes. Harris's shot is good.
In so many ways, Harris can beat you. He has the size and skill to score from all 3 levels.
Fox against Cunningham. He got a piece of it. Barnes with the rebound.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Vassell misses off the left iron. Fox against Hardaway. Pass to Duren. Harris down low. And we've just finished the third quarter. What a tight game we've got going. Pistons ahead, leading by 1. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammate.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Setting the floor for Detroit. Thompson and Harris are the 3 and the 4. Tim Hardaway is out there with Cunningham. And it's Duren in at the center. Pass to Vassell. Fires for 3. The rebound by Detroit. To the inside. Thompson. Over to the wing. Duren finds Harris. Hardaway with a screen on Vassell. Here's Harris. He connects!
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
And Greg Popovich has called timeout. There is a lot on the line, and he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page.
You see yourself on the big screen, then you know what to do. Show us your move.
Chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened in on Greg Popovich's huddle. They said in the huddle, this is it. No excuses. Let's figure out a way to win. A couple of players spoke as well, firing up their teammates. A great ending could be in store, guys.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. 26 seconds left in the fourth. And he sinks it.
Oh, Fox doesn't shy away from important possessions. He wants to be the man for this team.
And they go to the intentional foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, just trying to keep this game alive. Not a bad foul right there.
Second team foul. Shooting for Detroit, Cade Cunningham, taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that'll put him up 2. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. And so it's Wembanyama with it. He brings it up for the San Antonio Spurs. Missed it! And now they foul and stop the clock.
Yeah, and there's no question they have to foul. Now, I'm sure they would have preferred to avoid it.
Shooting for Detroit, Cade Cunningham. On the line for 2.
He gets the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And he hits both free throws here, and it's a 4-point ball game.
When you've got your opponent down, don't let him up. This one's all but over.
Time called here. San Antonio decides to talk it over. 9 seconds left in the fourth. Turning here to our analyst. What elements become the primary keys at this point?
An uphill battle for them. Everything has to go perfectly.
Well, I'm sure they'll run a play they believe in. If it works, I say try for the steal, and if you don't get it, immediate foul.
Nine seconds left in the game. Here's Vassell. Oh, he nails it!
And if you're wondering why the score is so high, look to the defense being played. Not good.
Not a lot of resistance, and trying to just outscore other teams, generally not the best recipe for long-term success.
And J.B. Bickerstaff decides to call timeout. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
First personal foul. 14 foul. At the line for the Pistons, Tim Hardaway Jr. taking 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game. So it's a narrow victory for the Pistons, pulling it out for the W. And they barely squeezed out the win here on the road.
And B.A., the visiting team is always under some added pressure, but they made it work and got the win, whatever the margin may have been.
And that'll do it, folks. For Stan Van Gundy, Grant Hill, and Allie LaForce, I'm Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Let's meet your Minnesota Timberwolves. Starting at point at 6 feet, number 10. At forward, standing 6'9", number 3, Jaden McDaniel. Starting at center, standing 7 feet 1, number 27, starting at power forward at 6'9", number 30, Julius Randle. At the end of our position, standing 6'4", number 5, Anthony Edwards.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. With Greg Anthony and Hall of Famer Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. And joining us on the sidelines, another Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Here are the 5 for the Raptors. In at the forward spots, we'll see Barrett and Barnes. Emmanuel quickly out there with Brandon Ingram. And it's Pirtle in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for the Timberwolves, Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Randall out there with Gobert, and it's Conley in at the 1 spot. And Greg, what stands out for both of these rosters is that they both feature top-tier athleticism.
And Kevin, that bodes well for us, right? There's a lot of speed, some great athleticism. I'm sure we're going to get some highlight reel plays tonight.
Now here's Barnes. Back to Ingram. A rebound by the Timberwolves. Down low. Banked in off the glass.
Boy, there was plenty of contact down low, but Randall assertive and able to find the finish.
Barnes outside. Back to Ingram. Great D that time from Edwards. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And those are exactly the kinds of plays that can spark a team. Just solid work down in the paint.
For 3, Ingram. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And that does it for the first quarter. Minnesota on top, leading by 4. And we'll be back right after this. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And looking at what we've seen from the Timberwolves, what do you guys think?
what we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
And Randall has got the ball here for the Timberwolves. 4-point game. So on the floor for Toronto to start this second quarter. Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. Ingram is out there with Emmanuel quickly. And it's Barrett at the small forward. Now here's Barnes. Anthony Edwards unable to get his last shot to go in. For three, Ingram. Ingram can't get that one to fall.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Well, you have to understand, spacing is provided when you can make threes. R.J. Barrett delivers.
Pass to McDaniels. Back to Conley. That one's in, his first shot this game.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
There's 21 seconds left to play here in the half. Edwards against Ingram. Count that one.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Timberwolves lead by 1. We'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Conley and Edwards are the guards. Gobert is out there with Randall, and it's McDaniels in at the 3. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Here's Edwards. Timberwolves with a fresh shot clock. Randall surveying the D. 5 to shoot. Over Barnes. Randall no good.
I'm sure he's kicking himself. He hates to blow that kind of opportunity.
Barnes passes to Barrett. Shoots over McDaniel. Barrett no good.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
And Pirtle sends it back. And it goes out of bounds. A last touch by Pirtle. Seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Edwards. The muscle from Edwards.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. Minnesota on top. They lead by 1. From Target Center, back in a moment. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
3 quarters behind us. One more to go. Thanks for being with us as we begin the fourth. And Barrett has got the ball here for Toronto. They trail by 1. So the Raptors 5 right now. In at the forward spots, we'll see Barrett and Barnes. Emmanuel quickly out there with Brandon Ingram. And it's Pirtle in at the 5, patrolling the paint. He knocks down the clutch free throw. And so he's good on both free throws, and that gives them the lead.
Well, this game has the feel that it could come down to the wire, so that is just the kind of success they need to have at the foul line.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout.
It's dance time. Get ready to dance like everyone's watching. Somebody doesn't have anything to do.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Olin. David?
Hey, guys, here's what Chris Finch went over with his guys during the break. Now, with the game in the balance, he had some encouraging words for his team. He said, this is what we wanted. We thought if we kept it close, we could pull it out. Now, let's go out there and do just that. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together, everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
At the line for your Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards. One shot.
What's up?
Free throw good, Edwards.
Getting it done at the line as he usually does. And that could be huge in a tight game like this one.
And the timeout called by Darko Rojakovic. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. What do you think we're going to see here?
And usually you want to go for the 2-for-1 here to maximize the clock.
Ingram passes to Pirtle. Tries again. Good! And tie game. That is a huge basket right there.
Well, with big hands and nice touch, Pirtle knows how to finish in the post. This guy has a lot in his arsenal.
Edwards. Money!
Anthony Edwards relishes big-time moments, and he delivers right there.
And Darko Rojakovic calls timeout. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. In terms of strategy here, any thoughts?
And they've got plenty of time to get a basket.
Well, they've got to be aggressive, guys, because the defense doesn't want to foul here.
Ingram against Edwards. Ingram right side. Can't cash in. There it finds Barnes. Hurdle with a screen on Randall. Here's Barnes. Ooh, offline.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
So the first one drops, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game.
Those free throws are the nail in the coffin, guys.
And so it's the Timberwolves who come out on top here. They didn't make it easy on themselves or their fans, but in the end, everyone's satisfied.
I mean, there were some times that momentum shifted, and especially early on, but let's give this group a lot of credit for that stick-to-itiveness in terms of finishing out and executing that game plan.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Doris Burke, David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.
Hello from 2K Sports. We're honoring diversity and culture tonight with the NBA celebration of Noche Latina. Alongside Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. We'll be joined by Ali LaForce courtside. And now the opening lineup for Chicago. They've got Nikola Vucevic, Josh Giddey out there with Buzelis. Then it's Kobe White, and it's Ball in at the point. And for the Suns, Booker and Beal are the talented backcourt. Kevin Durant is out there with Nick Richards, and it's Dunn in at the 3. Well, Richard, these teams like to slow it down and play their half-court sets.
When you're a young player, that can be a bit frustrating, but when you're a vet, you welcome games like this where everyone can take their time.
And it's the Suns to start out. Durant, the pass to Booker. Here's Beal. Inside. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, and absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. Now here's Vucevic. Buries it from about 10 feet away.
Yeah, Vooch will do this to you. He's not scared of that mid-range. He's a midi master.
Here's Booker. Buzelis grabs the board. Left side, Giddey. To the paint. Knocked loose. 1 second left. Up again. He knocks it down. Wait a minute. The officials getting together here. They may want to review this one.
The previous play is under review.
They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
And there's really plenty of time remaining in this game, so you want to make sure the right call was made.
The ruling on the floor is confirmed.
And they've gotten enough looks at it. The basket will not count. The quarter ended before he got it off.
That was a great idea to give it a second glance. The replay system is available, so you've got to utilize it.
It's all tied in Phoenix. We've got more in store for you right after this. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in this second quarter. All right, guys, what stands out to you from the Suns in this one?
Well, clearly they played well in the first period because of their selfless attitude.
They are playing for one another and focusing on making winning plays. You love to see it.
Booker and Beal are the talented backcourt. Nick Richards out there with Kevin Durant. And it's Dunn in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns.
Look, the defense was locked in on him there. They know how dangerous he can be, and they guarded him perfectly.
Durant for 3. Chicago with a rebound.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Giddey passes to Ball. Beal against White. Jacks up a 3. Richards pulls it in. And so it's Durant who brings up the ball for the Phoenix Suns. Durant burning those 2 points.
Showing the grit. KD is no stranger to physical defense.
Outside Giddey. From downtown, hits the trifecta. Giddey's got his first 3 points of the game. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. Chicago ahead, leading by 1. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. Chicago with the ball. It's a 1-point game. Second half underway. Here's who Billy Donovan's got on the floor. Nikola Vucevic is out there with Buzelis. Then it's Kobe White. Then it's Josh Giddey. And it's Ball in at the 1.
The ability to stretch the 4 is such a dangerous weapon for Vooch and his team.
Done. And there's the slam. Dunk to finish it off.
He can really read the floor. Precision pass in rhythm.
And here's Giddey. Pass to Buzelis. Ball right side. Vucevic, a screen on Booker. Here's Ball. Can't hit from in close. We've got 22 seconds left in the third quarter. Done. Pass to Booker. Ooh, some contact there. No issue for Booker, though.
Assertive move. You can tell the game's heating up a bit.
There's Ball with a 3. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. It's all tied in Phoenix. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Booker with it. Booker and Beal in the talented backcourt. Kevin Durant is out there with Nick Richards. And it's Dunn in at the small forward position. That's who's out there for Phoenix. And And White has got the ball here for the Chicago Bulls. Count it!
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
And the timeout called by Mike Budenholzer. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. What's the best strategy for him?
But there's enough time on the clock to go for a 2-for-1.
If you see yourself on the big screen, then you know what to do. Show us your move.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, guys, I got a chance to hear what Mike Budenholzer said to the team. He told the team he has complete faith in them, saying, we're right there, now we just got to make that push and really take hold of the game. We can do that. To me, it looked like his players are on the same page with him. Guys, back to you.
And Allie, thanks. Now off the inbound. And he buries it. A huge shot to tie it up.
Booker showing some power.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys.
Phoenix, get on your feet and give a warm welcome to your stand up and get loud.
Pass to Vucevic. 29 seconds left to play in the fourth.
Most nights this shot would have been his, but the defender gave him just enough trouble.
Booker against Ball. No good! They double team Durant. Oh, it's stolen. In transition, here they come. Here's Buzelis. Good!
And I'll tell you what, the way they're able to pressure the ball and those quick hands, that's what led to an opening.
And as soon as they got the steal, it was off to the races. This is the aggressive mindset that the coaching staff encourages them to maintain.
And the timeout called by Mike Budenholzer. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. And looking at the options here, what do you think is being discussed?
I don't know if they should be greedy here and go for a three. I'd take it to the basket, get a high percentage shot, or maybe get fouled.
Here's Booker. Cans it to force overtime.
This is as good as it gets. A big-time bucket to send it to OT.
Time expires. We're going to overtime. And we'll be back right after this. These teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters. Now we're headed to overtime. This one should be fun. Booker and Beal are the talented backcourt. Nick Richards out there with Kevin Durant. And it's done in at the 3 slot. Back to Booker. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. It's Giddey on the wing. The 3 is up. Richards pulls it in. What a huge trip here.
Absolutely. You can feel the energy in this arena.
To take the lead. Booker no good. Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Booker against ball. Six to shoot. White with a screen on Booker. Here's Vucevic. Can't cash it in. Ooh, no good there. Potential game winner was off the mark. Another tie, and we're going to have a second overtime. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back in a moment. And as we play into another overtime, the tension continues to build. Both teams refusing to lay down. Here's Booker to take the lead. Here's Richards. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. Here's White. Cash.
And I understand we're seeing some potent offense, but you have to put up more of a fight defensively.
Shoot, this defense is giving me hope. The way I look, I could sign a 10-day and put up a few buckets on this squad.
And Mike Budenholzer decides to call a timeout. And Coach didn't want to take any chances in this situation, which is why he called the TO. Here's Booker. That shot missing. Ooh, excellent D there from Ball. Pass to Giddey. To the middle. It's blocked.
And the game has come down to this. They need a score or you can practically call it quits.
To three, Booker. And he drills the triple.
Ice. He has absolute ice in his veins. This guy, he lives for these moments.
And timeout is called by Billy Donovan. Great time to call his guys into the huddle at a very tense moment in this game. All right, what are the considerations at this late juncture?
It's always interesting to see what play a coach has saved for a situation like this.
If they've got a surefire quick bucket play, let's just say now's the time to use it.
Let's go! Give yourself a round of applause.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. They trail by one. White with a screen on Booker. Pass to Vucevic. For the win! Oh, the shot is good! Well, and it looks like this one might get viewed very close on the... And they will. They're reviewing it. Maybe that wasn't a buzzer beater after all. They better not put this one in the win column just yet.
And the video is going to be sent to the officials from the replay center in Secaucus. It looked like he got it off in time, though.
After the review, the ruling on the floor
has made their decision. The basket is good. He got it off in time.
And even though he had it right from the start, great idea to double check it, especially when it comes to a game winner.
So a close game sees Chicago taking this one. Double overtime games are so grueling. And after this one, everyone, the officials, the fans, the broadcasters, will all have to take a little rest.
Yeah, I need that rest, I'll tell you. But, hey, give them credit. They really dug deep into their energy reserves and showed their determination to get this win.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.